my name is Sarah. Today I'm going to take you through a quick yoga flow. We don't need any props for this practice, so we're just going to use the mat and ourselves. If you have some props, you can go ahead and bring them to your mat in case you would like to use them throughout the practice. So go ahead and join me here down on the mat whenever you're ready. We'll start in a seated position with our legs crossed. We'll begin here with a nice tall spine. Crown of the head is extended up towards the sky. Shoulders are relaxed down the back. And we'll just start here with a couple deep breaths. Breathing through the belly, feeling that belly rise out to the front as we take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, that belly falls back in. Pull the belly muscles back in towards the spine. Next, inhale, we'll take our arms, sweep them out to the side, up to the sky for a full body stretch. Exhale, let those hands float down. We'll do that same thing. Inhale, arms sweep out to the side, up to the sky. This time we'll take our left hand over to the right wrist and pull that right hand over to the left side for a slight side bend. Inhale, come to the center. Exhale, release. And other way, right hand goes to the left wrist and side bend. Inhale to the center. As we exhale, hands float down. Make sure you still have that tall posture. Inhale, hands sweep up once again. And we'll begin side bends again. Exhale. Inhaling, come to the center. And exhale, side bend the other way. Inhale back to the center. As we exhale, arms float down. Next, we'll come into a seated twist. Still start with that long spine. Inhale it, lengthen through your spine, nice and long before we begin our twist. As we exhale, we're going to take our right hand over to the left knee with those left fingertips behind our hip and just begin our twist with the belly button, turning that belly button towards the left side and then opening through the chest and the shoulders. We'll hold here for a few breaths. With each inhale, try to lengthen through your spine a little bit more. And on the exhale, you can sink a little deeper into the twist if it feels comfortable. For this twist, we're just placing the hand on the knee just for a little bit of guidance and support. We're not using that as leverage right now. Next, inhale, we'll unwind, find the center again. And reset, find that length through the spine. Exhale and twist. This time left hand goes to the right knee. Right fingertips go behind the back. And we'll begin the twist again with the belly and then opening through the chest and the shoulders. A few more breaths on this side. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, twist a little more if you can. And next inhale, slowly come back to the center. From here, we're going to rock up onto the knees, placing the hands down in front of us, coming into a kneeling all fours position. Go ahead and adjust yourself so your knees are stacked right beneath those hips, and we'll take our hands right beneath the shoulders. Tops of the feet are firmly pressed down into the mat with those fingertips spread nice and wide. Elongate through the arms and have a nice long neck to begin. We're going to start a cat-cow pose here. Next, inhale. Drop your belly down towards the floor and we'll bring the crown of the head up towards the sky. With an exhale, we'll round through the back by drawing the belly button up towards the spine and letting the crown of the head come down towards the floor. Continue flowing with the breath. Inhale, lengthen through the sternum, and exhale, press through the hands, find some space in between your shoulder blades. Keep going here a couple more rounds. Moving at the pace that feels best for you. And next exhale, next inhale, we'll come to our flat back. Exhaling here into a child's pose, take those knees as wide as your mat. Hips come back towards your heels. Fingertips reach forward as far as they can. Forehead takes a rest on the mat. Let's take a couple deep breaths in this child's pose. This would be a good time to check in with your body. See how your body's feeling after moving here for a couple minutes. Make note of any area that feels good today or any area that you think might need a little more attention throughout the rest of the practice or even throughout the rest of your day. As we inhale, we'll press ourselves back up, finding that all fours position again, taking those knees back underneath the hips. From here, downward facing dog, tuck your toes under, send your hips up and back. Since this is the first down dog of our practice, we might feel a little tight throughout the back side of the body. So go ahead and take a bend through the knees here, or maybe it feels good to pedal through the heels, or even letting your hips sway side to side. Kind of feel and move around and do what's best for you. And here we'll find some stillness in the center, everyone together. Think about pressing your heels down towards the mat. The heels don't have to come down to touch the mat at this point, but that's just a good cue, a good goal to have. Get those heels down or towards as we stretch through the back side of the body here. Next inhale, we'll look forward towards the fingertips. And as we exhale, we'll step our right foot forward, taking that foot in between the hands. As we lower down to the left knee, inhale into a twist, keeping that left hand to the inside of the right foot as we open the right fingertips up towards the sky. You can take your gaze up towards your fingertips, or if it feels better, you can look straight ahead. Try to lengthen through that left arm. Use your core for some support here. That left hand is down on the mat just to give us a little guidance. Trying not to sink and put a lot of weight into that arm. As we exhale, we'll take that right hand back down to the mat, to the outside of the right foot. As we inhale, we'll come up tall, straighten that right leg. Flex the right toes up towards the ceiling. And if we need to, we can take those hands back down towards the mat for a little support as we come into our kneeling half splits. For these half splits, we're trying to keep the hip over the knee on the back leg. The goal here is just to feel the stretch through the back side of the front leg. Not trying to really sink down too deep yet. If it feels good, you can release the upper body, bringing your torso, your head, your belly down towards your front leg. Almost as if we're in a forward fold. As we inhale, we'll bring the head up. Come forward back into that low lunge. And then retaking those hands to either side of the right foot. As we tuck the left toes under, press up onto the left toes, taking the left knee away from the floor. We'll step our right foot back, coming into our plank position. Exhaling into a downward facing dog. From here, we'll inhale to look forward towards the fingertips once again. This time, exhaling, left foot comes forward right in between the hands. as we lower down to the right knee. Right hand stays planted to the inside of the left foot. Inhale into our twist by taking those left fingers up towards the sky. Remember, nice and long through the right arm this time, and that left arm. We're using the strength of our core to support our bodies. As we exhale, we'll take that left hand down, coming to the outside of the left foot. Inhale to straighten the left leg, send the hips back. Take the left toes up to the ceiling into our half splits. Remember, try to keep the hip over the knee on the back leg. And if it feels good, release the upper body. Coming into a forward fold. Nice deep breaths right here. Inhale, look up, and come back into your kneeling lunge as we take those hands to either side of the front foot again. Tuck the right toes, take the right knee up away from the mat, and step your left foot back. Coming into our plank here, we're actually going to hold the plank this time. You always have the option to lower down to your knees and come into a kneeling plank. From that full front plank, press the hands down into the mat. Keep your neck nice and long here still. Long spine. Your eyes should be looking just over the top edge of your mat. Think about pressing those heels back, drawing your belly in, having a nice solid foundation, solid core. Next exhale you have, we'll take the left knee down to the mat. Kickstand that left leg behind you as we inhale, we'll come into a side plank. Reaching the right fingertips up towards the sky. Keeping that right leg long and gazing up towards the right fingers. Next exhale, we'll sweep the right hand down. Roll back into our front plank, pressing up onto those tiptoes again, or keeping both knees down to the mat. Couple more deep breaths right here in this front plank. Remember, your neck stays long, core is tight. Draw that belly button in, suck those sides in. As we exhale, this time right knee comes down to the mat. Or if you're on your knees, you're going to extend your left leg. As you kickstand your right leg out behind you, inhale, left hand sweeps up towards the sky. Keep it strong through that upper body. Press that right hand down. Press through those fingertips, the palm. Find your strength. As we exhale, we'll take that left hand down, coming back into that front plank, lowering down to both knees, and coming back into a child's pose. Try to take those knees wide out to the outside of the mat again as we sink hips to heels, reach the fingers forward. Forehead takes a rest on the mat. You also have the option to rest your forehead on top of your fists, if that feels more comfortable to you. And we'll just end our practice in this child's pose. And as we relax here in our pose, we'll just let the breath come back to a natural pace. A breath pace that requires no effort. And let's just find a little gratitude right now. Great time to find some thanks for yourself as well. Appreciating that you carved out 15 minutes of your day to focus on yourself, on your mind and your body. Thank you for joining this quick yoga flow. I hope you had a great flow, a great practice. And we'll see you again soon. Bye.